Hey, you better stop trying to market with those long affiliate links or those ugly little subdomains. That's why today in this HBA Funnel Builder tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to connect your Ionis custom domain name to your HBA Funnel Builder. Because you don't want this to be you. Say this is your web page that you made and you're still rocking this long ugly looking subdomain that comes with the system. Blah, 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 blah. Like, who can even remember that? Wouldn't it be better if it looked more like this? Same page, but a nice, easy to remember domain name. Think about it. A lot easier to remember, a lot easier to type, and it looks better and more professional. That's why we're going to connect your custom domain to the HBA Funnel Builder today. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. All right, so you're going to want to have your HBA, log into your HBA and log into your Ionis account, okay? And remember, don't worry, after the video, I'll make sure to have a link down below for you to grab your Ionis account to get your domain name, right? All right, so once you are logged into your Ionis account and your Funnel Builder account, okay, I'm going to start over here on the Ionis side. You're going to go to the domain that you want to use. Now, here's the thing. If it's a brand new domain, then you don't have to worry about resetting anything because you haven't used it before. So that's cool. But if you have used it before, meaning like you still have some type of a redirect going on, or some forwarding going on, you want to take all of that off before you get ready to connect it to the HBA Funnel Builder. Now, here's what I mean in the Ionis. Like right here, the domain that I'm going to use for this demonstration is right here, ladypips.com. All right. And you see it says status, okay, status redirect. And that means I currently have this redirected to another domain name right here. So I'm going to need to get rid of that redirect, okay, and any other forwarding that I have on. So to do that, I'm just going to reset that domain. And it's okay for me to do that in this case because I know where that's going and I don't actually use the domain ladypips.com. I'm just going to use it for this demonstration. So I'm okay to do that. All right. Now, for you, if you were going to reset that domain and you see that it's redirected to something else, you just want to make sure that you took care of whatever, you know what I'm saying, that site is, right? To make sure that you don't still need it. So what I do is I'm going to go down here to where it says reset domain settings. Click that because it's going to allow me to choose which domain name I want to reset now. Okay, so I know the one that I'm going to reset is ladypips.com. So I'm going to go over here, click it. Excuse me. And then over here is showing how it's configured, and it's showing that redirect that I have right there. And so it's like, all right, let me go ahead and click that. Okay, I want to get rid of that so that way I can just reset it back to the factory settings that Ionis has. And again, if you just bought your domain name from Ionis, you don't have to worry about resetting anything. Yours is already going to be reset. All right, it's already going to be in the standard form. So I'm going to go ahead and reset now. All right, and you see it popped up. It says everything has been successfully reset. Now yours also won't have this where it says it'll be deleted in 79 days. That's just because it's letting me know that, hey, it's going to be time to renew in 79 days. But if you just bought yours, don't worry about it. All right, and I'm not going to worry about this, okay? All right, because it'll let me know further when it's time to renew the domain name. But I just wanted to let you know what that was talking about. All right, so the next thing right here, now it's basically, everything is basically reset. Now we can actually use this domain to connect it over to the HBA Funnel Builder. Now you're going to go back over here to your Funnel Builder account because there is something that you need to get from one of the training videos. They actually paste the IP codes, IP address that we need to use, all right, when we're doing this. So you want to come over here to the Funnel Builder Academy. That's why it has the red line underneath it. And then you go over here to where it says Funnel Builder Setup. And then I'm buying and integrating your custom domain. That's the one you're going to click right here. And it's just because you want to see the instructions for the IP address, because those are things that we're going to have to type in. Now, keep in mind, yes, there's training back here, obviously, you know, there's training, but that training is not using the Ionis domain name. And again, I use the Ionos domain name. For one, I was already using it, but for two, the price is very good for new domains. And even when you renew them, the price is good. And also because you get the free business email. I don't have to pay extra for the business email. And it's free for the whole time that you have the domain name. It's not just like a free trial or anything. So I like the fact that I get the free business email along with the domain name. So that's why I use Ionos. And of course, because their customer service is good. They have phone customer service, which is really good too. So I'm going to click right here. It says buying and integrating your custom domain. And you're going to be on this video right here. And this is where you're going to see the instructions right here. All right. Let me move this out the way. Okay. And again, what you're watching is me do this with Ionos. Okay. And it gives us the A record that we're going to be using, and it gives us the CNAME record that we're going to be using. And that's why it's important to look at this part right here, so that way we can get that information. All right, before we even get into the funnel builder, we want to know where we can get this information. Okay, and on here on the instructions, it also tells you, which I said as well, remove any forwarding, hosting, or conflicting A records or CNAMEs that you have. So that's why we reset everything. We didn't want to have, you know, anything messing us up. All right. So now you're going to go ahead and deal with the DNS records. Okay. Now there's more than one way to get to the DNS records, but we could just scroll down here. All right. And where it says adjust DNS settings, we can click it here. Okay. Click adjust DNS settings. Basically, no matter how you get here, like you could have went there. Let me go back. Could have went there through the top down here where it says DNS. All right. Long as you're on this domain name, the domain name that you want to use. All right, long as you're on it, you could have just went there for DNS as well. All right, so as long as you get to this screen, all right, for the DNS records. All right, now what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is add an A record. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this is how it's done with Ionos. The instructions tell you to make sure that you don't have any duplicate records, all right, like any duplicate A records in this case, because we're going to create an A record. But when you're doing it with Ionos, you don't have to delete any other A records on here. It's going to take care of that duplication by itself. So don't worry about taking anything off of here. Remember, we already reset the domain. We already reset everything with the DNS. We reset it. Okay, so it's back to factory standards. Okay, so don't worry about it. All right, so we're going to hit add record. So click the blue button for add record. Again, make sure you're on the domain name that you want to do it for. Go add record. And the type of record that we're adding the first time around is the A record. And how do we know that? It tells us right here, A record equals the @ symbol. So we go back, the A record right here, A record. Click it. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the @ for the host name. It's the @ symbol right here. And it already has, like, it's not typed in, it's just kind of prompting you, right? But it's the @ symbol right there. All right. And then points to. So on the instructions, it tells you where it's going to point to. It says @record 2, and then the next set of numbers is the IP address. All right. It's in red as well. All right. And you're going to copy and paste that. Okay. So you're going to copy. And you're just going to paste that over. So let's go back. We're just going to paste that where it says points to. So the host name is the @. Okay. And then the points to is going to be the IP address. So we just paste that. Okay. That's it. Then we're going to hit save. All right. Then you'll see this pop up. It says the new DNS record conflicts with the active service web host, and the DNS record of the service will be disabled so that the entry is valid for the domain. Following DNS records will be disabled. All they're telling you is that they will take care of the duplicates. Okay, so you don't worry about that. It pops up, you scroll down, you hit save. All right, and it says the A record has been created, has been successfully created. Okay, now the next thing, we go back to our instructions. Now we're going to add a CNAME record right? Where it says CNAME, www. All right, so we go back over to the domain, and we're gonna go and hit add record. Gonna add the CNAME right here, CNAME. Click it. And then for the host name, it's www. How do we know? Because it says in the instructions, www, and then it says to your root name, okay? So where it says points to your root name. Now what your root name is the root name of your domain. And let me explain that, because you might not, know what that is. So like in my case, the domain name is ladypips.com, okay? So it's ladypips.com. All right, that is the web address. So the root domain is everything except for the beginning part. So you're not going to put the www in it. So it's right here. This is your root domain where it says ladypips.com. That's the root domain. Now, what I would recommend is open it in another tab. And I'll tell you why. Because I recommend copy and pasting it instead of typing it, because you could type it wrong by mistake. So I just open it up in another window just so I can copy it. That's the only reason I did that. So I could copy it, okay? And then paste it, right? So that way I don't have to worry about, oh, I made a mistake and misspelled it, right? Because then that'll mess you all up, all right? So that's the root domain, all right? Then you leave everything else the same, hit save, and you're gonna get that same pop-up that says the service will be disabled, the new DNS records conflicts with the active service, no problem. It's going to make the change for you, okay? It's gonna change any duplicates for you when you hit save. So hit save. And it says the CNAME record has been successfully created. All right, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over, once you got that everything done there, you're gonna now just go over to the funnel builder. You're pretty much done inside of your Ionos account at this point. You're gonna go over to the funnel builder. All right, and you're actually logged into the funnel builder, and now you want to make sure that you're on the funnel area that you want to connect the domain to. All right, because we start out with one funnel area, but you may have requested more than one, like I have more than one. So I'm going to make sure that I'm on the correct funnel area. And how I do that is I'm going to go to my sites and funnels right here. And this is going to list all of the funnel areas I have. Okay, and you see that the one that still has a subdomain, which is what you get from the Home Business Academy or Home Business HBA Funnel Builder, is this one right here. That's why it does not have an actual domain name connected. So this is the one where I want to connect the domain name, right? So I want to click that because that's the one I want to work with. So I'm going to click that area, click it. All right, and then it's just gonna, come up the regular funnel area. Then I'm gonna tap off over here to the right just to tap off that section. Now I'm going to get to where I can actually connect the domain, okay? So I'm going to go over here to this 𝐕𝐢𝐝 that says funnel settings. Click it, all right? And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here on the left where it says domains. I'm going to click domains. All right, and now I can add a custom domain. All right, I can add that domain name. Now I'm going to hit connect an existing domain. And then I'm going to enter the root domain, just like we entered the root domain over there. And I still have it on my clipboard. Remember when I copied and pasted, I still have it, right? ladypips.com. So remember, it's the root domain. So you don't put in www.ladypips.com, just put in ladypips.com or whatever your domain is, .com. All right, or if your domain is .net, if that's what you used, right? But the point is just use the root domain, all right? Now, when you hit connect domain, it's going to give you the instructions like it did before. All right, but don't worry about it. So we're going to hit connect domain. And notice in the drop down, it gave us the instructions it gave before. It gave the host, the A record, and it gave the CNAME record. It's just giving you the same information that it gave us over here in the training. All right, it's just giving you the same information. Now, here's what I would recommend to do. All right. I would recommend to just make sure that this is the same, right? That for whatever reason, that this IP address has not changed, right? Where it says value, just make sure that you double check that with what the instructions said. All right, and everything is the same, so we're good to go. So we click back up over it, hit the 𝐕𝐢𝐝 to toggle the DNS settings. All right, and the green, you got the green check mark there, right? So it's connected. When it has a green check mark, it's connected. All right. So now here's what happens. Now we have the SSL certificate that comes with the HBA funnel builder. So that will cover your domain name. So that way it'll be secure, because you definitely want to have your domain secure. So you don't have to go and buy another SSL certificate. Don't worry about it. All right. It's covered with the HBA funnel builder. All right. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and refresh our funnel area. All right, click back out of it, and you'll see here now that domain is here. Okay, so any pages that we have to create on it, you know, they will have that domain and whatever slug we put after it. Now, there's another step that we have to do, all right, to check, to just to, you know what I'm saying, like make sure that it is secure, because sometimes it can take up to 24 hours for the domain to be live and actually be secure and show that SSL certificate. But there is a trick to make it happen a little bit faster. But we want to check it with an actual page. Now, we don't have anything here. When you get your funnel builder area, you'll probably have a default page in there. This one just doesn't have any, but I'm just going to put a page in here just so we can check something. So hold up. All right, so I just have just a default page in here. All right, so now to check it, we're gonna go ahead and click the button right here for the actual domain name. And keep in mind, for your domain name, whatever page is at the top will go to your main domain name. The other ones will go to whatever the page name is. Like, for example, if you have another page, because you name the pages, you have another page and you name that page About Us or something, whatever you want to name that page of your funnel, all right, it will be ladypips.com/about us. But because this is the first page, let me show you what funnels. This is the first one that we have in there. Then that's why it's going to be the same domain name. All right, it's going to be the domain name by itself, ladypips.com. All right, and one thing that I ran into as well is when you're checking it, you may want to clear your cache first, so that way you can see what it's going to look like for everyone else. Okay, so I'm going to clear my cache and then we'll come right back. All right, so now you're going to go ahead and click this and see if the SSL certificate has populated yet. All right, and it looks like it has. All right, and because like if it had not populated, it will say something like not secure. And I'm going to even though this one did populate already, it happened pretty quick, but I've had one that took maybe like 30 minutes. So I'm going to show you the additional tip or trick to make the SSL certificate populate faster. So that way, when you click it, like I said, it may say, oh, this is, you know, not secure. And don't forget to clear your cache. All right, because remember, I just cleared my cache. Make sure that you clear your cache so that way you can see exactly what someone else is going to see. All right, but let me show you that additional tip. So if it wasn't showing up, you just come over here at the end of the domain and put a question mark, SSL equals 1. All right, you just put that at the end of it and then hit enter. All right, and that will speed it up. All right, so that will speed it up. All right, so even if when you put in question mark SSL equals 1, it, you know, doesn't show the website, don't worry about it. That will speed it up. And like I said, just give it maybe 30 minutes, but it can take up to 24 hours. But every time that I've done it, and definitely use the question mark SSL equals 1 to speed it up, it definitely has worked within side of 30 minutes, because this is basically what you want to have happen. So that way, when someone goes to your domain name, it'll come up your site. Now, the next step that I do is I check it in incognito. Now, why do I check it in incognito? Incognito is going to show me what someone else is going to see, regardless of, you know, my cookies in my cache, right, inside of my computer. It's going to show me exactly what someone else is going to see. So I'm going to take the domain name, not with the SSL stuff, just the regular domain name, right? Copy it. And I'm going to go into an incognito browser. Let me go into incognito window, paste it, okay, and then hit enter. Great, that's what we want it to do. And now your domain name is actually set up on your HBA funnel builder. So now when you go in and you add other pages, I'll show you real quick how it'll look, because I have seen people ask this question like, well, what will be the domain name of my other pages? And so I'll go ahead and show you, because every time you add a page inside of your funnel area, okay, whether you're making it for a funnel, multiple funnels, or websites or multiple websites, you know, you're still going to add it page by page, right? So anytime you add a page, you're going to give it a name. You're going to name that page. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and add a page. Let's go to funnels, go over here to this section. It looks like some little lines, right? All right, and say add a new step, hit a page. All right, and we'll just come up here and get one of these pages, and we'll just choose any of the pages that we see here. We just hit select, and then this is where we give it a name. All right, so that page name, okay, so let's say we're gonna name this page purple opt-in, let's just say. Notice right here, it gave it a URL, okay? So where it says website.com, so that will be the place of your domain name, ladypips.com / whatever you put here for the URL. Now, I named the page purple opt-in, but you don't have to make that for your URL. You could change your URL. You could call your URL magical. You can call it whatever you want, right? But you're gonna see that this is gonna be the new domain name, all right, the new web name for this page. Even though it's under the same domain, which is ladypips.com, every page after is gonna have / something. / whatever you give it. All right, so we can go ahead and added that page here, and notice, remember, I gave it the URL magical. I just said that. You can say whatever you want, right? So now it's ladypips.com / magical. So I click it, ladypips.com / magical. So notice everything has the same root domain, ladypips.com. And that is the cool thing about using the HBA funnel builder, that we can have, if you want to use more than one domain name, you totally can. That's when you would have more than one funnel area, like I do. I have a few different funnel areas because I have a few different domain names, because I have a few different businesses. And no, there's no limit to that, as long as the businesses that you have in there are your businesses. Okay, they're your businesses, maybe they're your projects, or but they're yours, not someone else's, right? Then yes, there is no limit to the number of domains that we can have in there. Like I said, as you can see from mine, I have a few different domains in here, and I'll show you. For example, like I have this domain name here. All right. And anytime you have a domain, you want to make sure that you put the HTTPS in there if it's not in there already. So I click it and it's in there, but if it wasn't in there, you just want to make sure you put the S. All right. But I have this domain in there for this car recycling business of mine. Then I go back to the sites. Have this domain in here for my easy website tool. And it has the S in there. Great. And that's that. And then I also have this one right here that I use for my link page right here for my marketing business, because I'm actually going to build a full website on this domain. Right now it just has my link page. And you see that domain there. So all of those are different funnel areas because they're different domains, and I wanted them that way. I didn't want everything on the same domain because they represent different businesses, right? They're not all the same business. And that is the really cool thing about the HBA funnel builder. There's other funnel builders and website builders that I've been on where you only are able to have one domain name because they only let you have one website, or one funnel area, right? But with HBA funnel builder, we're able to have an unlimited amount for however many businesses that you have. You're good to go. You don't have to keep on buying more subscriptions. We're able to get all of that for 25 bucks. All of that for 25 bucks. So what are you waiting on? Go ahead. Connect your domain name now. Now that you can clearly see why HBA, the Home Business Academy, is what you've been missing from your marketing tool belt and why you haven't been able to get the increased leads and sales that you actually deserve in your business, I'll go ahead and show you the next steps. Just click the link below this video or the first link in the description, and you'll be taken over to this bonuses page where I'll go over and explain all the bonuses in this top video here. You'll be able to see everything you'll get inside of the HBA funnel builder, and you just scroll down and you'll be able to see my exclusive premium bonuses worth over $10,000. As you can see, it has a value of $10,982 total value, and you'll be able to see all of these exclusive premium bonuses, but that's only when you join through my link right here on this page. As you can see, you get the premium bonus number 1, the done for you web templates, the done for you email swipes, done for you promo videos, lead magnets. You're being able to leverage my bonuses as if they're your own, right? So that you can give away to people who decide to join you in HBA as well. And also the private Facebook group. Then you just want to click the button anywhere on this page that says, yes, give me access, and you're letting me know where you want me to send you access. So once you put in your details, you go ahead and click, yes, give me access. And now it'll take you over to the page here where you go ahead and sign up for the HBA funnel builder. You go ahead and fill out your information here. And then you'll also be able to get that 2-week free trial. Let me show you here, 2-week free trial of the premium traffic and conversions right here. So make sure that you go ahead and click this to add it to your cart. And you also have the option to get the app to keep you on course as well if you like. But definitely make sure you grab the traffic and conversions for free for 2 weeks to try it out. Because remember, when you combine the HBA funnel builder as your marketing tool and the premium traffic and conversions as your marketing resource, you'll have everything that you need to hit the ground running. So just click the link below, complete this sign up so that you're in, and I'll contact you so that way I can help you directly get your first website or funnel set up in your business. Because once you're a part of my team, you're never alone in business again. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, baby, so you can be alerted the next time I come up with some content, because I'm bringing it to you every single week. Other than that, you already know what we're going to do, baby. We're going to take this ride to the top. All right. And we have